Hey, happy Friday, everyone. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am the sports judge. I believe Mike Tomlin is genuinely very genuine and a great guy, A plus human being, impossible to dislike. I seriously think he's one of the most likable people in the NFL. I used to always never understood the people who were clearly bothered by his success. How quickly things changed the last couple of seasons in Pittsburgh. For the last couple of years, the Steelers have been viewed as a mediocre team. Under Mike Tomlin, the folks in Pittsburgh have given up on him, especially since the Mike Tomlin way obviously isn't working. I've always been on the side of not getting rid of him. I've always been on the side of keeping him around. But from a business perspective, I can't fault Pittsburgh fans for growing frustrated with Mike Tomlin. I've been defending Tomlin for as long, as I could. I've been defending Tomlin for a long time now, but this is getting tough. You can even look up my old tweets, Facebook posts, and videos to prove it. Last 3 years, I've been praising him. I'm one of his long-time defenders. I never thought it was a Mike Tomlin problem in Pittsburgh, but I think now a bigger problem is Tomlin not being a leader and here's the big one, never holding anyone accountable, which is a huge problem. This is on Tomlin. No ill will towards the guy, but how can you look at the situation in Pittsburgh and not think he is a huge problem of what has gone wrong with the Steelers? Offense is inept, zero rushing attack, indecisive quarterback, nobody is ever open. The head coach, which would be Mike Tomlin, his influence in the offensive game plan is a problem. We've reached that point where we say, enough is enough. A big change has to come. If it's the play calling and bad coaching, then getting rid of Tomlin might be the next move. It starts at the top. The structure of the organization probably needs change to some degree. Lots of new excuses, as always. Same incompetent offense. And all of this positive talk about them breaking through at some point has not been krilled by the widespread failures that aren't being corrected. I have officially given up on the Steelers being contenders under Mike Tomlin. Multiple OCs, countless quarterbacks, new offensive linemen, new wide receivers, new tight ends, new running backs, and yet the philosophy on offense is still the same. Tomlin is the definition of insanity. I've used the word anemic repeatedly to describe how bad this offense is, because Tomlin's model is score 10 to 12 points a game and just win games with defense. So my take on this is maybe Tomlin's philosophy of winning every game with 3 field goals. It's not a recipe for success. The formula just doesn't work. When they are losing these games the way they are, something has to change. Great defense being wasted by a bad offense. Not many things are going right for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Tomlin wants to play football like it's 2008. Play offense, not to lose, and rely on the defense. Well, the problem is that you don't have Ben Roethlisberger. You now have Justin Fields as your quarterback. And that's not a shot at Justin. I'm just speaking reality here. I'm just speaking facts here. You don't have an elite quarterback to bail you out when the defense isn't playing well. He has been able to create and develop his own winning culture, built the team the hard way, and now it has looked bad, and they just have nothing to show for it, and it's just not working. We have to admit this guy isn't good anymore. I'm sorry, but I don't think there will ever be a day that this team wins a Super Bowl under Mike Tomlin. The way he wants to win is by playing defense and running the ball. And frustrated fans are still passionate, invested. The team is awful. And the worst thing is the fans don't really have the high patience or tolerance for any of this. You had a Cowboys team come to your place and have the ball for as long as they did with 445 yards of offense. That's the fourth most yards they have given up in a home loss. And then in the fourth quarter of that game on Sunday night, it's a 95-yard drive and a 70-yard drive, and it's 15 plays in 16 plays against a not very good Cowboys team. It's the team he built, that Tomlin has built. You look at Tomlin's offense, we can get into it. We can get into that too. Yeah, it sucked. Again, 19 passing yards in the first half, but his whole strategy is let's win close games with the defense and running the ball against one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. They play the absolute ugliest football known to man. And now that it's not working after 3 losses in a row, everybody now has an issue with it, when this was how it was a year ago as well, and nobody said anything about it. They always play ugly. It's just now that they can't find a way to win. It's just them. It's how they are. They play such ugly football. It becomes beautiful in a sick and twisted way until they lose like they have here of late. That game on Sunday was the ugliest game I've seen in a long time, and I barely watched it. Definition of an ugly loss. The Steelers have a problem, and it's not going to get fixed because the only person who can fix it himself is Mike Tomlin. Unfortunately, there's no simple fix for this team. The on-field stuff from George Pickens is not good enough. I hope I'm not the only one who thinks this guy is becoming a cancer in the locker room. It's toxic. I don't care how talented George Pickens may be. Dude is trouble. You got to move on from him. Trade him. Get rid of him. No discipline. No team mentality. He's useless. He's a distraction. And his unremorseful comments prove he's a problem the Steelers need to address. But whose fault is that? See, whose fault is that? Because Tomlin enables him. And the lack of effort seen from him is really not helpful or impactful to the offense. It's genuinely disappointing considering his talent. I would be done with him. I would be done with his behavior, and I would be open to trading him. I don't want that on my team. I don't want it. I don't need that headache. What for? Talented, sure, but the drama he brings doesn't match the production, in my opinion. And I said the other day, how is it that the Steelers end up with these silly, immature, it's all about me wide receivers? Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, and now this guy, George Pickens. You can tell every time when the Steelers are going to run the ball, because oftentimes Pickens doesn't get off the snap, has no interest in blocking half of the damn time. He's never really running at full speed. So that shows me right there that you don't really care at all. And then you hear about what's happening with him on the sideline. There's something going on. Terrible body language, throwing helmets on the sideline, simply unacceptable. No way his teammates are big fans of him if he sat on a bench and a player got up immediately and walked away and sat next to another player. There's an obvious disconnect. Not a likable guy, apparently, I'm guessing, in the locker room, and that's not good at all. Stating the obvious here, but the offense is not good. It's not good at all. Every run play, you almost know is coming. No scheme to get receivers open. Defense looks in shambles with miscommunication. No innovation on either side of the ball. No innovation on either side of the ball, especially the offense. They got a problem child. They're going to stay stuck in this cycle. Worst situation in the NFL currently, no direction. A troubled wide receiver who thinks he can do whatever the hell he wants, basically. You know, no way would I ever consider paying that guy $30 million a year to do what? I mean, I know that's the market for wide receiver one, but he's not a wide receiver one. You put him on another team and he's the second or third best receiver on the team. Maybe not even a top 3 wide receiver. George Pickens on the year, 17th in the NFL in yards. He's 21st in catches. He's in the same vicinity in targets. He dropped a key third down and 4 in the Dallas Cowboys game. He fumbled away the Indianapolis Colts game. He's Deontay. He's Antonio Brown. And somehow, amazingly, the Steelers get stuck with these nutcases, these problem children of wide receivers who do absolutely nothing but destroy team morale. The Steelers need a wide receiver. I've been saying that. They need Devontae Adams. They needed a Brandon Ayuk. They need a guy who can make George Pickens as effective as he can be, if he'll even allow that mentally. Because see, that's the thing with him, right? It's all about him and nobody else. Showing up late to practice and not building that connection with your teammates. And then you have a coach, and if you don't trust your quarterback, then the coach is obviously not going to be on the same page with the quarterback. The coaching staff obviously has zero trust in the quarterback. Accountability really doesn't matter. Many layers to this. Poor team effort, bad time management, trash ass offense. I mean, I could go on and on. And then the defense, multiple penalties, blown coverages on defense, ineffective offensive drives. When do you decide to fix the mistakes and play to your potential? I think that's on everybody's mind in Steelers Nation. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate the love and support as always. It means a lot. Thank you guys for checking out the content. Thank you guys for being a part of the videos. And thank you guys, because I know there's a variety of choices out there, but I really appreciate it. But none of this is possible without you guys. So I thank you guys, and keep up with me, man. If you guys like my work, do me a huge favor. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me. Help this channel grow. I really appreciate you guys so much. The channel is growing. My TikTok is growing. You guys can follow me there as well. But I'm getting out of here now because I'm about to celebrate. The Dodgers won. They are moving on to the NLCS, and I will talk about that sometime tonight or either tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to talk about it. You guys know. You guys are going to get an opinion from me, and you guys are going to be hearing from me about the Los Angeles Dodgers. Go Dodgers. We are moving on. Bring on the New York Mets. Should be a fun series. Talk to you guys later. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.